method of plaquing or a blocking of impregnated tissue. Okay, as we already discussed, infiltration, that is just what entering of this surrounded paraffin wax to this porous tissue which replaces the xylene. So after xylene, there is a water impregnation of this water tissue where water finally all xylene is removed and what paraffin wax is what place over there. Now this tissue we are going to place on a embedding medium for a packing or its blocking. Okay, this impregnated tissue we are going to place into this for the water packing or a blocking. In water warm liquid paraffin. Okay, so embedding is method of packing or blocking impregnated tissue in a warm liquid paraffin which solidify into firm block. Okay, which solidify. Further, what happened? It solidify into firm block, and after the cooling, and it is called as the embedding or the blocking. So embedding blocking is a similar. Then why there is a need of this in embedding? So it is necessary to support the tissue and prevent its water squashing by the knife during the sectioning. As all you know, next procedure is microtomy. So microtomy, this we have to cut this tissue into thin sections. So it must have some support. So there is a wax paraffin wax is what a support that tissue or make them form a block so it is can easily cut by the knife and there is a no water squashing by a knife. Then it enable the tissue to cut on a microtome similarly. Then next is what after definition and importance or need of embedding, that is which media are used for the embedding or which are the embedding agent or media. So we have already discussed that is they are what a melted, they are in the form of the melted form. So there is a one well known or the mostly used media for embedding is water is a paraffin wax. Okay, paraffin wax is the hydrocarbon mixture in a mineral oil. So it is a hydrocarbon mixture in a mineral oil. Then next is the paraplast. Paraplast is a purified paraffin plus the plastic polymer. Then next is celluloid. Okay, these are the minute structures which are used as a water embedding media. Then PEG, that is polyethylene glycol. So these are water embedding media, but mostly routinely used it is water paraffin wax because it is easily available. Otherwise, if your sample is very delicate kind or there is a very we have to study for the processes like water electron microscopy or that, then there is a water celluloidine, that is third one. This is what used. Okay, but routine purpose, paraffin wax is what are used. So these all use in their using with their melting point and mix with tissue. So these are when we are going to mix with this fixed tissue, they must be in their water melting form, not solid form. They must be in melting form. So paraffin wax melting point is like around 40 degrees Celsius and it is very important they must be in melted. If there is a not melted, they are not in melted and we are mixed with them, there is a not no proper blocking or embedding is happened. So after the media paraffin wax and this solenoid, next is about the types of mold is used. So types of mold are used. Okay, so most routinely or easy way is water L mold, that is the leucart mold. Okay, so these are the L-shaped piece. You will see here. There are the two different L-shaped molds. Okay, they are placed with each other, and there is a one square or one block is what form, and within this block there is a tissue is placed, and this tissue uh, after that there is a pouring of molten agar, and after the solidification, these two different L mold as what a place each other away from each other, and we got the square of embedded tissue. So this is what a routinely used, that is L-shaped pieces placed on a metal glass. So it must have the some water base. So what is base is what a metal glass. They are placed on a metal glass to form a firm square. Okay. Then melted paraffin placed into the mold and tissue is kept in it. So there is a first we have to remember, first we have to place the tissue. After that we have to add the molten paraffin. Wax is cooled and solidified and L mold are removed. Brick-like square, this one. A brick-like square of embedded tissue is called the now paraffin block, which is ready for the microtomy. So this is used, that is Leuke mold. The next is what a petri dishes, glass petri dishes, metal petri dishes, or a watch glass. So whatever the shape of this petri dish is round, or that kind of water blocks are get prepared. Then next one is a tissue tech method. So in this tissue tech method, there is a water, steel mold are filled with a molten wax, and on this steel mold there is a what plastic mold placed on a top of that steel, and get filled with the molten wax. And once it is cooled, solidified steel mold is taken out. So there is a one steel mold, and in that there is a water tissue, and there is a what this plastic mold is placed. Then this water frozen paraffin is sorry molten paraffin is what placed, and afterward this is removed, and we are getting a water a block. Okay, then this is water. Two types of, or one can say three kind of water. There is a molds are used, L mold, then glass plates, and third one is what tech tissue, TEK tech tissue, in which what a two components are there. Base is what a stainless steel mold, and next one upper one after that there is upper one is, or on the top there is a what a plastic mold is a placed. Then next we are going to learn a procedure of this blocking or embedding. So first technique is start with the placing of mold. Mold is placed on a tray or a metal piece. So it must have a base, which may be a tray or a metal piece, or maybe a glass. Okay, glass plate. So anyone. So fresh molten wax is poured into the mold. Then tissue is lifted from the final wax of the so this is what this fresh molten wax is what firstly there is in container. So okay, so it is maybe in container. So not in that mold. It is in what a container. So that is what next we are going to what place this water tissue, final tissue from the impregnated tissue, that is final wax bath, to the bottom, place in the bottom with the cutting surface downwards. Okay, cutting surface downwards. Label and then pour the what this molten agar on it. Then after the cooling the block what then there is a labeling, and after labeling there is a what a uh, into the cooling there is a what cooled rapidly to prevent the crystallization. When block is hard, mold is removed. So all of you know that after solidification there is a what mold is removed. So new labeled again, whatever there is a new label you have to perform, or that there is a new label blocked by the pressing of the at the hot. So new labels is again placed over there with the pressing of that label with a hot there is a force. New block is ready for either cutting or what storing. There is a G, cutting or the storing. So this is a what a method of the embedding. So have you understood about this?